What is going on, guys? Greg here, obviously, Chronicles YouTube, and today we are going to talk again about Xpedition Archery. So, as you know, as you've seen in past videos, we shoot Xpedition products here on Chronicles. This year was a big year for us. Both Keith and I are shooting one of their brand new bows. And that's what we're going to talk about. So you've seen me talk about the MX-15, you've seen me talk about the X30, and this year, 2022, we're going to talk about the limited edition Smoke. So everybody has seen the Smoke when they released it. They've seen the chats about it, they've seen the cut sheets about it. Some of the magazines have talked about it. So it's really nice to be able to finally have our hands on ours. Keith's came in about a week, 2 weeks ago maybe. Mine actually came in yesterday. So we're going to dive right into it. This is basics. The bows are not set up yet. We will do another video once we have the bow set up with everything on it, and bring you some video on shooting and so on and so forth. But so this was big, and I'm going to go right off the spec sheet here because that's the easiest way for me to give you all of the information. So this year, I'll bring the bow up because I'm going to show you the cam first. So this is one of the first things we're going to talk about. So this is the Smoke cam, and the cam produces maximum speed and efficiency, and obviously it's on a very short brace height, 5 3/8 inch, which is mainly known for speed bows. The bow is only offered in the innovative smoke gray finish. So I'll get a little closer here. And I love the color of this bow. The only thing I may change is my string. Obviously, you guys know I like to be a little different. So I tried to get it changed at the factory, but it didn't work out. They didn't have any of the other string colors available yet. So we'll get a hold of gas and put a probably set of red, maybe purple, I don't know, something different strings on this bad boy, but for right now the black will be fine. So it only comes in this gray finish, and it only comes in black limbs. There's no camo versions available. Again, it's a limited edition. They're making about 500 to 700 bows for the year, and that's it. So we were excited that we got our hands on one for the show this year. But last year, the big thing was the X series bows, and I love my X30. Obviously, you saw in the comparison video, but they were having a hard time getting the product, let's say, to make that riser. So they went back, and this year everything will be an aluminum riser. This has the ETS cable system, which anybody that shoots an Xpedition is very aware of. So it's right here. It's a roller system for your cables, and it also features the X pocket limbs. So again, very well-known pieces for Xpedition, and that's what I believe makes the Xpedition bows draw so smoothly, aside from their innovation in cams and things of that nature. But I've never felt a bad draw cycle in an Xpedition. And it's funny because there's a couple different Xpedition groups out there, and a guy had bought an X33 and said that he was having an issue with the draw cycle, and a lot of people were like, you don't have draw issues or draw cycle issues with Xpeditions, which is very true. Out of all the bows I've owned from Xpedition, I've never felt a bad draw cycle. So specs, pretty basic. X-lock pockets, the smoke cam, ETS cable system, forged aluminum riser, 4.4 pounds. So pretty lightweight bow. Very nice for the backcountry. Very nice for the whitetail tree stand or blind. It is 32 inches axle to axle, so a little bit taller than my X30, but it's not overbearing where like I can't get in a tree stand with it. And it's not too big to be in a blind either. So it's just that kind of right in the middle. A lot of guys starting to go to shorter bows, and that 30 was really nice, but 32 is kind of my sweet spot. My MX-15 was right around that area. But I'm looking forward to shooting this. We haven't even shot the bows yet, so I'm just kind of giving you the specs and showing you the bow. and then once we have these all set up and dialed in, we'll go over some of that stuff. So it is a 5.38 inch riser. So again, like I said before, that's most well known. The shorter the brace height, usually the faster the bow. And in this case, for the smoke, it's super fast. There have been a couple other videos of a couple other channels that have gotten a smoke and have done shooting reviews of it. And no matter what grain arrow you're throwing at it, you're, you know, high 300s, very high 300s. Only comes in 60 pound or 70 pound limbs. Obviously adjustable down when you take out the screw on the limb pockets. So 70 goes down to about 60, 60 goes down to about 50. And I knew going into this bow that I would have to probably shoot under 60, just because of my shoulder. And I grabbed this yesterday and finger drew it. So I will probably try it at least one turn and see if that's more comfortable once my D-loop is on and I can use the release. But because of that brace height, it makes it a little bit tighter here in the get. But you know, other than that, I think I'll be fine. I've never had an issue shooting higher poundage for me out of an Xpedition, where if I grab, you know, just about any other brand bow, I have to be below 60 because of the draw cycle. So these are cam specific. So if you shoot a draw length, you must order it in that draw length. It's not a changeable deal on a mod from the cam. So if I'm a 28.5. So if you're a 28, you can't just come in and change this bow down to 28. You need to change the cam to make that happen. It's a adjustable 75 to 80% let off, and right now we have them set. We had them set from the factory at 80%, depending on once we start shooting them, how we feel. So my bow is a 60 pound bow. Keith's is a 70 pound bow. And again, once they're all set up and we can start throwing our arrows through them, we have actually did order a chrono this year. So we will speed check the bows as we're going, because Keith and I shoot much different arrow setups. But MSRP on this is $10.99. So, you know, as far as a limited edition flagship bow, you're not going to break your bank, you know, in the high above $1,500 range. And you know, this will definitely keep up with or surpass most of the flagship bows out there. So like I said, we're super excited. Just wanted to kind of give you guys the lowdown. But you know, all of Xpedition's bows seem to fall right in that like high 3 pound area to the low 4 pound area. And this no different, 4.4, you know, super comfortable, super light. They did put a different grip on this bow, and I do like the grip on this better than my X30. I guess I'll find out more once I start shooting it. But other than that, guys, definitely check it out if you got a shop near you that you can go in and test this bad boy out. It's I can't wait to get this set up. So we'll have it set up hopefully within a week or so. We got a lot of stuff going on. Show season is upon us, and we're starting to film the teaser for this season. So other than that, Xpedition Smoke, again, limited edition, MSRP $10.99, 60 or 70 pounds, only comes in the smoke gray finish. And we'll be back soon with some shooting videos. Keith's gonna get his bow set up, I'll get this one set up, and you know, we'll compare to the 60, 70 pound, just because our arrow setups are so different. So this year Keith is changing a little bit, going to a heavier, higher FOC arrow. I'm staying in the 4mm, but I'm going to change some things as well. He's shooting probably Sonic from Easton this year. I'm going to stay in the Full Metal Jackets. I just love that arrow. I've never had an issue with it, so there's no sense in changing something. I will change, probably the only thing I'll change on my arrows, I'm going to go from a 3 fletch to a 4 fletch. and possibly a different insert. But again, we're gonna figure some stuff out here. But the Sonic, which took place of the Hex, is what Keith will probably shoot this year, and he's gonna throw in some 55 or 65 grain brass on the front, and he's gonna stay with the 3 fletch, but we're trying to get his FOC up higher. So we'll see what happens. But guys, check them out, Xpedition Archery, the Smoke. There are a couple other bows they're bringing out this year. I'm not going to allude or say names of anything. I know people have talked about it. I did see one of the bows in a recent edition of Bow Hunter. But until I get the okay to say it's out, I'm not going to say that. We can't thank the folks at Xpedition enough. They're awesome to work with. And we're excited to be working with them again for 2022. So check them out, guys. Xpedition Archery, the Smoke. We'll see you soon.